Hello and welcome back. You might notice I'm wearing these adorable blue pajamas. My boyfriend and I got matching pajamas for a New Year's Eve event we are going to. I thought this outfit was only fitting for a video all about New Year's and New Year's resolutions. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rachel and I make videos on fashion, travel, and environmentalism. So if you like any of those things, you should consider subscribing to me. But yeah, let's get on into the video. Let's get started. In today's video, we're going to be talking about New Year's resolution. I'm really good at making goals, and I'm really good at working to achieving those goals and sustaining my motivation and my drive. This is something I feel like I'm very good at. I do have a Virgo rising though, so that may be why. Now, this is something that is challenging for some people, so I will be using different approaches and methods to help you, even if you're a total beginner. First, you have to create goals. I like to create goals by thinking about different topics of my life, like health, finances, career, personal fulfillment, hobbies, my relationships, not only with my partner, but also with friends and family. Those are some good pillars to start and see what types of goals you want to make. It could even be something simple, like one of my goals for 2023 was to floss more, to get on a more regular routine with flossing. And so it can literally be anything. If you're new to goal planning and goal settings, maybe it's better to stick with maybe like 4 goals or under, something really rudimentary to get yourself started. Maybe partway through the year this will snowball and you can create some more goals, but to keep it really simple, if you are totally at a loss and you're like, I don't even know where to start to create goals, I would say get out a piece of paper, give yourself like 5 minutes of writing, maybe set a timer on your phone, and think about these 4 different subcategories. Think about like what you want to do, who you want to be, what you want to have, and how do you want to live. Hopefully with that writing prompt, it'll get you thinking about certain goals that you want to achieve in the next year. So just think about like the new year coming for this exercise. Once you have your goals, it's important to write down your whys. So wherever you write down your goals, either if it's in a notes app in your cell phone, or it's on a piece of paper, or it's in a journal, it's important to write down the why behind each goal. So for example, if one of your goals is, I want to go to the gym. Why do you want to go to the gym? For me personally, well, that was one of my goals for 2023, to get into a more regular gym routine. The why and my reasoning behind doing that was, first off, to grow muscles and to gain strength, right? I've been doing like weight training to be able to carry more things, to be able to do more things with my life. For me, it's to climb a volcano, because I'm climbing a volcano in the new year, so I need nice strong legs so that they don't give out partway through. It's important to think about your why, because when you're losing motivation, then you have a why, you have a reason why you are doing these goals. And it's also really helpful and important to write them down, because the act and process of writing it down and taking the time to think about it and write it out is also really advantageous. All right, so you've made your goals in different areas of your life, you've written down your why, you've thought about what's important for you for the next year. Now, how do you go about reaching them? What I like to do, which you see so much in popular media, but that is to create a vision board. Here's something I like to do that's unique for my vision board. I actually like to make it the background on my laptop. This is twofold. First off, I like to have an aesthetic, beautifully curated background on my laptop, but I also like to have it where I'm looking at it every single day. And I just find it's easier to create something on your laptop where you can find images online, on Pinterest, on what have you, than it is to like physically create one with glue and paper. Although that is fun too and it has its merit, I like this because I see it every day when I'm working. It's at a quick glance, and even if I'm not consciously looking at it and thinking about my goals, I feel like it's always subliminal messaging. Whenever I create a vision board, literally everything on my vision board comes true. And I think it's because of the prevalence and the frequency at which I see my vision board all the time. Here's some tips for your vision board. I like to make it on any like photo editing website. There are a ton that are free, like Canva is a really good one to use. And then you want to get photos that not only embody your goals, but also embody like the vibe and the feeling. You want to look at these photos and you want to have it evoke sort of a feeling and an energy within you. When that happens, you're more likely to, remember your why, remember those good feelings of why you want to achieve those goals. You're going to be subliminally reminding yourself, this is why I'm doing this, or subliminally reminding yourself, this is the feeling I want to evoke. This is who I want to be. This is how I want to feel, right? I think a lot of the time, and this might be a little more spiritual, hippie sorts of vibes, but I think a lot of the time people like to think about the things that they want, and they don't think enough about the feelings that they want to have. I think when you start at the feelings that you want to evoke, goals come out of that with those feelings. And if really at the end of the day, it's not always the material things that you want, it's the feelings that you want to evoke through those material things or pleasures. After you've created your vision board, this is when you need to start thinking, it's game time, all right? It's go time. How am I going to now take that goal and make it something that is going to become reality? I think a lot of the problems people have is they're like, this is who I want to be, this is what I want to have, this is how I want to feel, but then they don't think about the execution process, and this is where a lot of people fall short with their goal planning. Who you are isn't something that you do every once in a while. Who you are isn't the goals that you even set. Who you are is a series of habits and things that you do every single day. With that being said, it's not that easy to create a goal and then be like, okay, now I just have to do it. You have to break your goal into smaller chunks and have a bunch of mini goals into them. So it's you break your goal into big chunks, and then you break those goals into even smaller chunks, and then you break those goals into even teeny tiny smaller chunks. You'll notice this when I talked about my money planning and my money savings video that I made a couple of years ago. I'll link it here. For me, when I was a student, it just made the most sense to break it down from January until April, because that was a semester, and then May until August, because that was the summertime, and then September to December, because that was the semester. But whatever works for you. I think this way is effective because I have smaller sub goals for each of those quadrants or those thirds of the year, and then I'm able to break it down. Maybe you have a different set of goals for every month. Maybe you just break your year into every month, and there's a different goal that's helping you achieve the big goal at the end of the year. All this to say, you need to break it down. You can't just be okay, this is my goal, hopefully it happens. You need to break it down into mini goals, and then once you have those mini goals, you can know, how can I achieve it every single week? How can I achieve this every single day? So if we're going back to our example of going to the gym more often, maybe your mini goal is, I will be regularly going to the gym X amount of times a week. Then you have a weekly goal, right? You need to make sure that you're hitting that weekly goal. Oh, I'm going this many times. Then another thing, if you don't hit your goal, let's say you were supposed to go to the gym 4 times this week and you only ended up going twice, then you need to reevaluate every Sunday, maybe looking into the new week. Okay, what goals did I not hit? Why didn't I hit those? Right? How can I change this for next week? Do I need to adjust my goal itself and maybe try to go 3 times a week? Or do I need to adjust other things in my life? I was, watching TV too much this week. It's all about this thought process, and you need to kind of reevaluate and recenter in and have check-ins with yourself once a week would be ideal. I find it's better to start with frequency and then work up to goals specific around the weights you're lifting, or the amount of pull-ups you can do, or the amount of push-ups you can do, and that sort of thing. That will come with time. Okay, now you have your goals, you've got your mini goals, you've got your even minier goals, you've got your weekly check-ins, and you've broken things down. Now, how can you build that into your routine? Flossing is something that I was aiming to do every single day, right? I worked up the frequency of it every week until I was at a point where I was flossing every day, and then I built it into a routine. Something that's really helped me achieve my goals is to have morning and nighttime routines. Like I mentioned before, in 2023, one of those was flossing, another one was reading. And so I kind of looked at my schedule and I thought, where can I build this into my every single day and habits that I can have every single day? And so for me, it made most sense to floss in the morning. That was something that I felt motivated to do. It was a good way to start off my day. At nighttime was a good time for me to read, which was another one of my goals. And so I just made it part of my nighttime routine to put my phone down and start reading. Again, who you are is a series of things that you do every single day. You're not going to become a reader like that I mean, you can pick up a book every once in a while, but that doesn't make you a regular reader, right? You can pick up a floss every once in a while, but it doesn't make you a flosser. You have to do it consistently. You have to do it every single day. Something that I think is helpful for building routines and building habits is to make it fun. I love checklists. I love the serotonin that I get when I like check something off of my list. And so I would make in my journal like a little checklist, and I would get to check it every day. Maybe you want something that's bigger and more grand. Like I know some friends and they have a whiteboard, and on their whiteboard they write their morning routine and then they check it off as they do it in that way. They could post it on their fridge or do something fun with it, but make it like something that's in your face that you can see every single day, even if you're writing it on your mirror in whiteboard marker. Somewhere that you're going to see it, somewhere that you're going to remember to do it. And honestly, I find the cuter you make things, the more you're motivated to do them. So if it's written in a really cute journal, or if it's written aesthetically on a beautiful whiteboard, you're going to be more motivated and you're going to want to do it. All that being said, I truthfully, this is my hot take of this video, I truthfully don't think that you can achieve goals unless you have a concrete plan. And I don't think that you can make a concrete plan that you're executing every single day without a beautiful journal. I love journal. By journals, I mean like an agenda that has like the days of the week and space for you to write on the days of the week. I love like Chapters in Indigo. I think they have like such cute journals, and that's typically where I get my journals every year. But there are a bunch of journals and agendas online for all different aesthetics. Some of them come with fun stickers and page dividers, and they're just super beautiful. But the most beautiful thing about them is they allow you to execute a plan. They allow you to write things down and plan it out. Here's the thing though, I know some people and they're already screaming at me and trying to come in my comments. If you like to do a journal online, that's totally fine. I know so many people who do that and it works for them. For me, I love writing things down. I just find it's fun to write things down, but it also like sticks in my brain when I write things down. If you're journaling, make sure you journal in pencil so that you can erase things when they change. I just find having like a journal, and I like weekly journals, I can just see what my week looks like, and it's so clear and it's all laid out for me. I know what my goals are. I know what to do. Let's say you want to reorganize your closet, because that's something I know I'm going to be doing in the next couple of days. Maybe you start with, I'm just going to organize all my shoes this one day, and the next day I'm going to organize all of my drawers. And then the next day I'm going to organize all my clothes that are hanging. Maybe you break it down that way. Maybe you break it down by week. This one week I'm going to do this. This one week I'm going to do this. All of that is so easy when you have a beautiful planner. Now, to start your goals and your year on a great start, I think cleaning. Now, you might be like, Rachel, that doesn't make any sense. This is a goal planning setting video for the new year. But here's the thing. I was one of those kids where I couldn't work at my desk unless my desk was completely clean. And that's how I feel about life. And I feel like your brain gets a good cleaning whenever you're cleaning your space and your surroundings. Try to set goals for yourself in the first couple of weeks where you're cleaning your space. Once your space is clean, you're going to feel so much more motivated to get things done. And I'm talking about cleaning under your bathroom sink. Clean and organize all your board games and your books and your bookshelves. Clean your car. Clean everything. I feel like this is very Marie Kondo of me to say, but like the more things I have and the more clutter I have, the more like cloudy my brain feels. And so when I clean all that out and I have everything that I need, everything has a place, I am just truly unbeatable. Truly. The last thing I want to talk about is a good tactic to kind of get you started with your goal setting. If you find you're doing all the other things I'm talking about in the video and you're still not seeing results, this would be something that I've recently learned called the GROW method. So essentially it's an acronym where the G stands for your goal. So you write out your goal, what you want to achieve, right? The R stands for resources. So you look at what resources in your life that are going to help you. So again, if your goal is to go to the gym, right? Your R might be, what gyms do I have available to me? Do I have any workout equipment that I can do at home? Do I have, you know, friends who are successful in the gym that I can ask questions, or colleagues? The O stands for obstacles, so it's what obstacles could get in your way of stopping you from achieving that goal. I feel like recognizing the obstacles will help you be able to have a game plan of how you can overcome them. And then the W is sort of like the way forward, like how are you going to start executing your plan, and how are you going to start breaking your goal into smaller chunks that are achievable for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you make 2024 your year where you achieve a bunch of goals. I feel like with all the technology and all the distractions that we have in our world, it's really hard sometimes to focus on our goals and what we need to get done. Obviously, it's important to rest and find time to recoup, but I think it's also important to be diligent and be working towards some sort of goals, even if your goal is not advancing your career or making you more money or more famous. Even those goals of like spending more time with your loved ones and finding more peace and quiet in your mind and your mental health, those are important too, but they're all things that you have to work at to achieve and overcome. That's all for this video. I hope you liked it. How to achieve your goals. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful for you, and comment down below the goals that you're trying to achieve in the new year. That's all for this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys. I'll see you next week. I'll see you next year.